I'm going to start on the left of the picture, and I'm going to try and make a plane that goes from this edge down to the horizon, and then I'm going to work this plane across. I know this rock here is a high spot, so I'll just mark that. So I'm not going to go anywhere near this part. This will be quite three-dimensional, but it's a high spot. I know the boat here certainly is a high spot, and in fact I'm going to leave all the boat for the moment as a lump. So I'm not going to touch the boat, but I'm going to start pushing back here. Now, when I get normally when you come to a free edge like this, what happens is that the wood splinters away. Well, that's okay, because this is all wood that's going to be taken away. Normally you'd want to come in like this from this side into the mass, but we can do it like this because this is all waste wood, and then we've just got to be more careful when we get down to the bottom, because we have to allow for this little island here. So with a deep gouge, I'm going to start here. I'm just going to start removing wood across the grain like this. Makes sense for me to use a bigger gouge. This is about 25mm, an inch across. No, it's 3/4, 20mm. Here's my horizon line. I've had to move that up a little bit because I've got a crack just on it. So there's my horizon line, and it goes across here, and even though you can't see it, it'll be behind these hills over there. So that line is very important, because from where we're standing looking, there is a change of plane. So using this card here to show you that from this plane at the front of the carving, we're sloping back to the horizon, and this plane must follow through all the back. We can't be altering and shaping the water to suit. We've got to follow the logic of the perspective. So looking at the side here, here's a line I've drawn from the horizon, which is here, to the top edge there. So that line there represents the plane between us and the horizon. And you can mark that, again ignoring these cracks for the moment, you can mark this on this side. And that gives us an idea of how that must slope. At the same time, we have to bear in mind that it's coming round here, leaving this very proud, and these hills are nearer than we are, so they will be deeper, and then this part, as it goes further and further away across the bay towards the horizon here, this part is going to be quite shallow. So our carving has got to come round in this sort of way this time. And we'll do a lot of this by eye, but you've got to think about this plane from side to side must follow a degree of logic. You can't just be altering it. So back into the clamps here. I've got a piece of wood like this between the dogs at the end here to spread out the load, because it's now a little fragile, that far edge. And then I'm going to start, just as I did before, working this plane back and around. So I've pushed this quite into the boat here and chopped down there, and I've carried the carving back. Sometimes I've had to work in this direction, so there's the plane going across, but from this side here you can see that I've got the plane starting, the plane of the sea, the beach, and then the sea starts here, but then I lift it up here on this edge, because these mountains here are more parallel to the back plane here, to the sky, and not to this plane that's sloping to them. So there'll be a junction somewhere here where I'm marking it. So what I want to do next is just to clean this up a little bit. So take a flatter gouge, this is a number 4, or as wide as possible, and just take off some of these ridges like this all the way over. So clean this up, and you can see here what's one thing that's nice about leaving the paper is you can see that I haven't touched this leading edge at all, or the boat. So come up to the edge, just leave that little bit there, slice and cuts like this, keeping an eye on that plane. Don't worry if it's slightly out, as long as it looks right. One thing I want to make sure I've got rid of are all the little troughs that were left from the deeper gouge. So we've got a lightly faceted surface here going round the plane. Then I want to set in this edge here. So I'm going to take an exact gouge, like here on this low edge will be a chisel, and start setting in this edge here like this, right exactly up to the line. Now you might use a V-tool to get rid of some of this waste along here. Or like here where the grain is going a little bit strange, you can just come in, nibble it up to here. Don't worry about getting the junction exact, but you do want to get this plane here straight down and at right angles to this surface. So you're going to work all the way along this edge here, and where it curves you could use a number 3 gouge, that'll fit it better, all the way along here. Don't worry about these little ridges where the planks change over. Work along here, and then also along the back, so we have a very neat boat set in. And I just repeat, you needn't worry too much about the junctions at this stage. Just make sure that it's clean, and make sure you haven't stabbed into the back plane there. So here's the boat set in at right angles all the way around. So although we're going to cut this away, it's still worth doing because that'll really help us get the form of this boat. So from this stage, now we've got the background plane going well and we've got the boat set in, we can start modelling, or rather shaping the boat, getting some form into that.